We're with Mirah here, Cul-de-sac Magazine in South by Southwest. So first of all, how do you like Austin so far?
I like Austin a lot. I think South by Southwest itself is a little overwhelming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot of walking going
on.
on.
I mean, I'm here on a business trip.
Right. So
it's fun though. I'm kind of like just like
yeah.
Moving around like this.
Yeah.
Trying to like
you gotta kind of gel with it. Yeah, just go. All right. So second question, are there any bands or any other musicians you're looking to see while you're out here?
Well,
or are you just so busy?
I actually am really busy. I saw Herman Dune last night and that was fun.
Good.
And I kept missing things actually. Like if you just sit down to have a cup of water, you miss like 100 bands.
Yeah.
And I really like to drink water.
You have a lot for the listener in your songs, like if you just like really listen closely. I was thinking of the River. I've been listening to Espera so much, so what kind of prompts you to like come up with these little things or like the intricacies of songs?
Like the production, like the recordings themselves, not the songwriting?
No, the songwriting actually is.
Okay.
Like what do you...
Like lyrically?
Yeah.
What prompts me is just sort of, maybe it sounds cheesy, it's sort of like a journey of discovery.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times I don't actually know precisely what I'm thinking.
Right.
Or precisely how like my influences are filtering through me. So the song is, that's like what I dredge up.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean The River, it's a pretty personal song, but that it just had to do with a feeling of that time period after I moved to Portland.
Oh, okay.
And some things that were going on, but yeah.
Right. So I guess staying on the level with your songs right now, with education, I was also thinking about the lyrics. Kind of, we don't own nothing and everything. So what is that kind of a personal thing for you, or is that like a sexual politics kind of thing?
It's kind of a little of everything. I mean, I think that like lyrics that can really like go out and like get to all different parts of all different people. It's great if you can say something at once so broad and general, but at once like really personal. And I think that I try to do that in my songs, or at least, maybe not initially, but at some point in the editing process when I'm figuring it out, like, okay, what's the essence here? How can I touch someone, or how can I touch a lot of people and share something? So, I mean, I get that lyric is, well, the like love or like partnership or like marriage, whatever, and it being an economy that, like, I mean, that's one of the original reasons why, like, the idea of romantic love is actually kind of new.
Yeah.
And for a long time it was really just for practical reasons. People had to take advantage of each other.
It's still very like chivalrous.
Yeah. And so, so that was it's that idea of, well, okay, here's love being an economy and owning and owing a lot mutually, but how about I counter that and say, well, okay, maybe it's not an economy, and we're just here, we're individuals, like, we don't have to owe or own anything.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've been looking into a lot of that, just know a lot about that and just how you negotiate relationships. What other kind of things inspire you, or like just things in your everyday life? What kind of do you need to get by or like to create?
I need a lot of information. Strangely, I'm not like a super visual person, I'm not a visual artist. I'm mostly a writer, and so like print media, audio media, sound, that I need a lot of that, and I feel like I spent the first 28 years of my life mostly receiving through music media, and the last couple of years or in terms of like what was coming into me and filtering out as songs, but I feel like the last couple of years I've really relied on a lot of print media and audio media that is not musical necessarily, just I like to gather information and know what this world is, where I live.
Right. So speaking of the world you live, I saw Share This Place. It was about a year back. Are you thinking of doing other collaborations like that? It was such a cool little thing that came out of nowhere for us. So.
Well, I mean, I imagine I'll work with Lori and Kyle again. That project was really fun for me, and I feel like I grew so much as a songwriter through that process.
Right.
Also because that was a really good experience for me to write from a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
Like from the perspective of all these insects and reading really, having all these really specific source materials and turning those into lyrics and songs. And I feel like actually that experience helped me with the songwriting that ended up being on Aspera. So I'm sure that I'll work with them again. I also just was talking to Christopher Delgaris, who is playing in my band now. He was on the keyboards and clarinet. He's in a band called Hooliganship, and we just started talking about maybe doing something collaborative, because I like more performative things as well, in this context I'm sort of stuck behind my guitar and there's only so much I can do. I don't especially
I've never
crowded
really
practiced my dance moves while playing the guitar. I'm not that good at that. But
we'll start taking dance lessons.
I'm a good dancer, but not with my guitar. But yeah, so probably in the future. I can't. There's nothing that's underway right now.
Okay. And then one final question, just about Chicago, since we're a Chicago-based blog. How do you like playing in Chicago? What kind of is the atmosphere
Chicago.
there?
I've always had awesome shows there. Really.
I know, but the ones I've been to have been awesome for sure.
Yeah, it's such a choice location. I've played in Chicago a lot because there's sort of a lot of. I'm sure there's a lot of amazing places in between the West Coast and Chicago to play, but they're a little harder to come by, and so every time I'm going back and forth, I'm always in Chicago, or even if I'm on the East Coast, and I've just had so many great shows there. Huge crowds. I'm always so surprised. I'm like, wow. But yeah, I love Chicago. I feel like the drivers are crazy.
They are.
But there's all kinds of things I love about Chicago, when I did Share This Place there, and I was there for a week straight, and we had a hotel that was near the lake, and so I could go running by the lake, and I like all the museums and the old buildings. I love running on that path right by the lake. It's so fun.
I love the beaches.
So windy. But great.
Awesome. Okay, well, we were with Mirah today. We're at Domy's Books, so thank you.
It's a great bookstore. It's such an amazing
really
bookstore.
Awesome.
On everything. Beautiful, beautiful.
And check out Aspera. It's out now.
Yes.
Make sure.
Out now.
Through K Records. All right.